in the Trinny taxi stay. I'm so excited. We have Tom Rasmussen, also known as Crystal. And Tom is the beauty contributing editor of Dazed Beauty Magazine and also of Refinery29, which we all know is a fantastic online magazine for everything to do with beauty. They are also a drag queen. So what I'm going to learn here is a lot about gender, how we identify as a gender and what kind of gender we identify as. So I just want to learn everything. I want to learn what's politically correct. I want to understand the whole thing. And I don't know if he's going to come dressed as Crystal today, or I don't know if he's going to come, I don't know if they are going to come in the cab today as Crystal or as Tom. Oh, I'll get there in the end.
Hi.
Crystal.
Hi, Trinny.
Hello. Hello, darling. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
No, I thought your name was like Scandi. Is it Scandi or Icelandic?
It's actually New York via Lancaster. I often drop the Rasmussen and just become Crystal OBE because, of course, I'm an OBE, an Order of the British Empire. So, exactly.
No, you're not an OBE.
No, I'm not.
No, but you could be.
Well, you know, I'm a self-appointed OBE.
Yes,
so.
I know, but is it crucial nowadays to kind of sing and dance about an OBE?
Well, you know...
Let's get straight in there.
Do you want my real opinion?
Yeah.
Well, I think the monarchy are kind of problematic, so I actually think, realistically, I would abolish the monarchy.
You would?
Yeah,
okay.
you know, because I think... You know,
a traitor in the cab! Get him out! Get him out! Get them out! Now! Because before you got in the cab,
right.
I said, I need to get my head around this, because on one hand, I am a 30-year-old in terms of my energy, my zest for life, the many things I still have to do before I die. I have to only be 30 because there's so much to do, okay? But on the other hand, I was a kid born in the 60s.
Right.
So, let's brief on your pronoun.
All right.
Okay, so the pronoun briefing is, Tom goes by the pronoun they, them, and their, and is gender. So what's interesting in this whole one is I'm very bad at English, but I'd always, like, let's say Chloé was out of the office, I'd say, where are they? I always used, but I always use pluralisms to refer to people generally before it was fashionable. This is what Chloé described to me, which I really liked.
Okay.
Because I was like, okay, so Tom might come as Tom, but he might come as Crystal.
Right, okay.
Not Dynasty Crystal and not the champagne, but your own Crystal.
A mixture of both,
a mixture
exactly.
Of both. The two together, a heady recipe.
Exactly.
And so you might come like that, and you might come like that too. And then you might come as Tom. And then I said, well, you see, this is me. This is a classic, but I'm going to do it because a lot of the ladies who are going to watch, think of her.
Hi.
She said, well, on one hand, there's how you wanted to be described in terms of where you sit with your gender.
Right.
And I said, but then is Tom gay or straight? And she went, no, that's then another thing.
That's another thing.
Which is the other side. So it's your gender fluidity and your sexuality.
Right.
And then that made sense. Suddenly I was like,
goodness, yeah.
But trying to get her head around this.
Well, I mean, it's complicated for me as well because, you know, my gender identity is changing and it's complicated. It doesn't mean I want to get rid of my, you know, my hairy chest, or it doesn't mean I want to get rid of my beard or whatever. But what, you know, a they pronoun really means is that I don't know, I feel like I've claimed autonomy over my own gender because for a long time, you know, I grew up somewhere, you know, really quite poor and really quite rough. And in Lancaster, and like Lancaster's a lovely place. My family are amazing. And you know, and I don't want to, you know, I don't want to shit talk.
But it was a very traditional small town place.
Catholic school, and I loved it also. And I had amazing friends. But at the time, the people who would, you know, say bad things to me and throw rocks at me and spit in my face, they were all men. You know, and I was supposed to be this thing that.
So why were they doing it? Were they threatened by your not fitting into a little stereotypical hole they could identify with?
I think that's exactly the nail on the head. Right. And so then, you know, for years and years, and then, you know, about 2 years ago, sorry, this is going quite deep, I was outside my front door in East London, and I was dressed as Crystal, and I was attacked. I was hospitalized really badly.
Attacked by boys?
A drunk man who was in a group of boys. Yeah, and it was really scary. And I was in hospital, and I was just, you know, I've always worn dresses. I've always, you know, like so many of us, you know, you're wearing trousers, not that, you know,
but I'm quite masculine in my dress sense quite a lot of the time.
But a lot of the time I was punished for the way I was presenting as feminine.
More feminine,
And so so I was really sad for a long time after that, and I thought, I really don't feel like these people. I don't feel like these men. They hurt me. They've hurt me a lot, and I love some men. You know, I have a partner. He's a man. He's gorgeous. And I have some male friends, not many. But You know, for me, I personally emotionally wanted to distance myself from the category of male because it never sat right with me because I don't really like, I don't know, does that make sense?
No. Can we go into makeup now?
Let's go into makeup, yeah.
All right, so when you're Tom, how much makeup do you wear?
When I'm not dressed like this, I'm all about the skincare because I had real bad acne growing up.
Me too.
Yeah, so...
Until what age?
Until maybe like 19.
So like 13 to 19?
Yeah, probably like really severe.
All right.
And I tried loads of things, you know, loads of all the pills your doctor prescribed. I was even prescribed on the sunbed, for goodness sake.
I did that too, yes. And did you do Proactive, that infomercial in America?
I didn't, but I did. I was on Roaccutane, remember, you know.
Yeah, I did it. I did it for 9 months.
Right, it's so drying.
Yes, but it did help. It was the only thing that did it for me.
Well, that's interesting because it dried me out so quickly that my cheeks cracked. They cracked and bled. And so I obviously stopped taking they were like, you've got to stop taking it. And then I'd spent these years and years using really harsh products. Can I name names?
Yeah, of course. We name every name here.
Okay, well, I was using like Clinique 3-step.
3-step with a toner number 4.
Yeah, literally, which is like, it's like acid
paint stripper. Yeah.
Paint stripper.
Yeah.
So, you know, they were getting worse and worse, and I was so upset. You know, I was gay, ginger, and fat, and, you know.
And spotty.
And spotty.
And spotty, yeah.
You know, and I was also funny, but whatever.
Yeah, but the spots sometimes overrode the humour.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Because it takes away your confidence. I had them until I was 30, very bad acne. I would decide which restaurant I would go to on a date. I would make sure there wasn't down lighting because I was so aware they would come out.
When I'm Tom, I just only oils and I never put makeup on.
You never put makeup on?
No, because, you know, I don't know, since that time 2 years ago, I like to just be subtle.
So, I think there should be no differentiation in what makeup you want to use, whether you're a man or a woman.
Right.
So we have people coming into Trinny London, and we have at-home appointments, and all different people come, all different ages, different sexes, everything. Right. So for me, I want skin to look the best it can look. So as Tom, I wonder that you might, it looks like underneath your really heavy makeup, you have great skin. Your makeup now is like, to me, some unbelievable piece of art. But would you take everything off now, Crystal?
Will I take it off now? Oh my gosh. I can take some skin areas off.
But could you take everything off?
Right now.
Why not?
Because it'll take me a long time to get it off.
Why? Because it's waterproof?
Not that it's waterproof.
What are you scared of?
Well, I'm scared of revealing my true form. I mean, I can.
But you don't hide behind Crystal.
No,
Crystal
I don't.
is you, and Tom is you.
Well, Tom is a very, Tom has a different accent, with a northern accent. But it just allows me to be these different characters. You know, with Crystal, I get to embody the iconic divas I grew up being obsessed, wishing I could be.
But do you want to be in the cab as the iconic diva with me, or do you want to be in the cab as Tom with me? Who do you want to be in the cab with, really?
Can I not be both?
Yes, you can. So therefore, we've had Crystal.
All right.
And I want to have Tom.
Okay, well, why don't I take off half my face?
Take off half your face?
Is this politically okay? Yeah, it is, right?
You know what I want to see is I want to see your skin. How many days a week are you Tom?
I mean, I'm Tom every day of the week because obviously I don't like wake up and do this, but look, I quite like half and half.
I know, half and half is interesting.
This is my true gender.
That skin is really beautiful. What I want to do is show the difference afterwards between how blue I'm going to make your eyes look. So your hair is red or blonde?
Your natural Tom hair is super dyed, super peroxided blonde. Oh, there we go. Look at that. That was amazing. So it's like what Tom can do. Right. That Crystal does to perfection. But what can Tom do? Not to compete, but just to have something. You know, because that's a really interesting question because I would love to start wearing makeup. Yeah. And it's like what you can wear that feels fitting for Tom. Right. I might go back into my Tom voice now. I would
Okay, now I'm speaking to this side. I'm just speaking to Tom now. So can you look that way, but speak to me as Tom? Okay. It's interesting. I used to wear so much makeup. And really there was no distinction. It wasn't a drag face because that is really the heavy contour and the lots of highlight. But I would be so foundationed, so bronzed, like a little bronzy eye. Yeah. And now I never wear it because maybe part of my job is to put it on. So therefore it's not a chore, but it's it takes you how long? An hour? An hour and a half too, sometimes. And maybe doing drag every day. I love makeup and I love doing drag, but it's in part maybe taking the pleasure out of doing it for myself. Yeah. I haven't got toner. So what's your skincare routine too? Now that you, because you speak to anyone I think who's had bad skin,
right?
And they have an obsessive regime. Because I must have tried probably 100 different brands in my regime.
Right.
You know, I started off Clinique like you. I was 1980. It had been out a few years. I went to Lord & Taylor in New York and I bought 3-Step, and it was like incredible.
The most exciting thing.
The most exciting thing, and they had this thing that moved, and it was like a computer. It was unbelievable.
Right.
Now it's just whatever it is. Right. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting on BFF. So you have a little bit of redness in your skin. You're pale pink toned your skin. That's what your skin is, because we have like 14 skin things, and you're pale pink tones. I'm rosy olive. So everyone has a different skin tone, and then you have things. So you go on the site and you put in your skin, hair, and eye color. And we tell you what products suit you.
So
that's
what's
really
tell me about BFF.
So BFF, SPF 30, because you don't go in the sun, do you?
No, I mean sometimes.
And this
it's an SPF. I need an SPF.
Smells delicious.
It really does.
Really good. And it has porcelain power in it, which takes a bit of redness down. Do you see what I mean? You don't see, you see a glow, but you see nothing on your skin. Let me put my glasses on so I actually work the product in. But do you see that? It's just, we've got a bit of glitter there still. We're dealing with a glitter.
Yeah, no, that will
thing,
just spread from now.
I know. If I had to then take anything and I wanted to cover anything, but you don't have any spots anymore, I do Lily, which is a pale pink tone. I'm just going to see anywhere that I would do. I might do a little bit here.
Right.
But I'm going to I'm going to blend that in.
Oh goodness, yeah, look at that.
And I want it to literally, you can't tell where the foundation ends and your skin begins.
Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. It's amazing. Right. Can I feel it?
Yeah, feel it down.
Oh, so it's like, where should I put it? Can I put it over my eye?
Anyway.
So it's still quite thick, which is nice, because I don't like...
But it will blend into nothing.
Yeah.
It will blend into nothing. So somebody won't go up to you and think, oh, you're wearing foundation today.
Which is interesting.
Keep blending it in. Keep blending it in like that. Okay.
Oh, so much.
And you just cover where you need it, all right? So that's that. So then I'm thinking, if you're still being tom-tom, and you're thinking, I don't want to really be trying too hard, you might leave it there, but you might think to yourself, I'm going to be honest and ruthless now, Tom.
Go for it. Be ruthless. I can take it.
You have from where because your spots were here, but they were a little bit here. So I'm going to then look at these little open bits, and I'm going to blur them.
What's this?
It's Miracle Blur. So it actually is like polyfiller, where you have a little acne scarring, and it also works if you have lines. You don't have lines, but like lip lines and things like that.
So do you put that over makeup?
Put it over makeup.
Can you put it under makeup?
You know it would pill. I would always put it over makeup.
Can I try it on this side?
Right, do you feel you have more on that side?
No, just more like I'd love to see what it's like on a drag
let's
face.
See, yeah. Okay. On a drag face. So you've got to think of where you actually have that thing you want to fill in, and tap it in and fill the area, and then blend it.
Oh, look at that. I'm obsessed.
And I'm going to go here, you have tiny...
Oh, she's a convert. Look, I've got a really big one up here.
Yeah, just go for it. And just really, I mean, take a bit of the product. You see, like, take like that. Like that.
Can I ask what this is made of?
This has got in it green bean extract, vitamin C, vitamin E, matrixyl, which is some peptides. And it's a very, if you feel the texture, it's slightly like a little sponge.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing.
So it had to be something that would go in.
What about wrinkles? What about this giant?
Okay, all right, I'm going to do here. I'm going to do this side.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just go there. So do you see I'm putting a lot on like that. So imagine you're doing your front room and you're just kind of filling the crack. But that's seriously what it is.
It really works. I'm deeply obsessed.
So that's that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to contour. Now, your idea of contour and my idea of contour is very different.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
That. So this is about giving you shadow but not brownness.
Okay.
All right. Now, you do have a ginger beard. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of... I'm actually going to take a tiny bit of salt and I'm going to mix the two together. But I want it to be just... I'm going to go from, usually with a woman, I would go from here, but as you've got sideburns, I'm going to kind of just go from here, but I never go further than a brow ending, because I think your face normally would never do that. So I'm literally putting a tiny bit here. And as you're used to a lot more, and don't forget this is Tom, who's not used to anything, I'm just doing a little extension in a way of your sideburn, which acts as a natural contour for you.
Whereas this side, I've come right down.
Yeah, can I just say, I would consider doing this at that angle. I think it might be more interesting.
Or doing a sideburn angle, an angled
sideburn
city.
like that.
Okay, yeah. I'll take your advice.
I think so. Yeah, I do. But you see, I've just created a tiny bit of shadow there, like that.
Yeah. Oh, there she is.
Tiny.
Yeah.
I mean, tiny.
That's nice.
Okay, but I am a minimalist. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at your eye. I'm going to think, okay, what would Tom do on a normal day? So I'm going to start with Justice, which is like the most nude of nude. Justice. I know, it's appropriate, isn't it? All right. So, closing your eye. And even though you are a baby, Tom, I always say, stretch the canvas. So close your eye and stretch the canvas. So whatever you're putting on, it just stretches over and you don't, because it's cream-based. I'm just holding up with one eye. This is a new technique, actually. I'm really developing in the canvas.
Stretching the canvas.
Stretching the canvas.
Yes, I've got that hooded eyelid, hasn't she?
So I look at you, and in your kind of colour of the lip moment, I'm probably going to say, you're a bit of Phoebe with some Chloe washed out. So I'm going to take Phoebe, and I'm going to take Chloe, like that.
Because I would balm constantly all day on my lips, you know.
So I'm just going to do this. And I'm just going to see you there. Let's give them a tiny bit more. A little, so little, because I don't want, it's imperceptible, Tom.
Yeah.
Imperceptible. Does your partner wear makeup?
Yeah, well, he's a drag queen as well.
Okay, but when he's not, what's she called?
He.
No.
Oh, Shirley.
Shirley.
But he would wear makeup actually. He'd wear a concealer, sort of a little like sort of a speed sticky touche éclat kind of thing. You know, but I think not wearing makeup for me as Tom was also kind of a. I obviously look at me. I love makeup.
Yeah.
And I do love the idea of, like, I have an event tonight, for example.
Yeah.
That I'm not going as Crystal, I'm going as me.
Okay. So would you then, wearing a kind of smart, cool outfit, want to have something?
Well, you know, that's interesting because I haven't her a while, but I think it would be nice to have also like
something you can do.
A pro Tom face, you know, for like events or like fashion week or whatever, or like fashion week, but like you know, and then I just get my face for me. You know, a nice, you know, because it's all about. I think makeup's a lot about putting on faces, isn't it? For me,
it is. It's about putting on your face to give you the confidence to walk out the door, whoever you are that day.
But I think not wearing makeup for a long time was actually really important for me as well, just to really start to love my skin again. Because after years and years of acne, you know, it becomes a real sight of you never want to look at it. It feels awful. And when the acne disappeared, then I started to be like, right, I don't need makeup. I'm going to see what that feels like, and that's a really freeing experience too. Okay, I'm going to do now blusher. Okay. This is an interesting one for you because when you have pink toned skin, you don't want to do a blusher that's near that, but you don't want to not have blusher. Yeah. But having blusher is an immediate femininity to a face. Okay, so we just have to see what we put on and how much. So you've got to turn a little bit that way, darling. Thank you. But it does, for me, blusher is all about putting it right here so your eye looks bluer. That's all blusher should be doing. It's just popping your eye and making you look a little bit flushed with pleasure. I'm into that. Like, just flush. Something, It just, you know, because we at school used to have this saying called, you know, someone face. So like, we had this friend, Hannah, who had the same colour face as hair. Yeah. And she used to wear Dream Matte Mousse, and it was the same colour. So it was like one whole thing. So we'd call her Hannah Face, and there's a few people like that. And no, as in she was a good friend of ours. All right. we all had quite bad nicknames. It was a term of endearment. It was a term of endearment. It's a term of Hannah Face. But you know, I think you need a bit of flush, a bit of colour. A bit of sometimes. Okay, I'm just now going to take away. Close your eyes. I'm going to take away a bit of the monotone. I'm putting a tiny bit of wisdom on. I'll take wisdom. I've got lots, but I need more. You need more. You need to be wearing it and speaking it. Right. So this is just slightly making a little bit more, but we still do this as Tom. Oh. Is it just a slightly bronzier? It's a slightly bronzier colour. Yeah, I'm obsessed with it. I really like it. Because everything feels often so heavy, you know. Yeah. I mean, this is hilarious, this side, but like, it always makeup can feel often so heavy. I really like it. I would do this. Yeah, definitely. I think so too. Should we do a one-up anti-eye? Going one up more and seeing. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's now go on to, because you are glittery, and I'm just going to see, this is where Tom and Crystal can have a baby. Because this is what I think makes your eyes much bluer. What is it, like a reddy brown? Yeah. You know makeup goes backwards. So do you, this is so nice. letting someone else do it. Oh, I love it. Yeah, because usually I go in too hard with those things and then I like...
Yeah, but you don't need to because you have such a yellow in your blue eye that you just need that much and you see it.
Yeah, it's very blue, isn't it? It's hard though because when my lashes are back down to their like super blonde, it's even bluer. The black makes them less blue.
I know. But if I look at your eyes now, this is a bluer eye than that.
I mean,
that's overwhelmed by the black.
I'm literally going to buy all of this. You know, this is a whole different person. Or not a different person, just a different face.
Yeah, but
oh, there she is. There
they
are.
This is, can I just say, that is what it's all about. They are there.
There they are.
Tom and Crystal having a baby together.
Obsessed.
I've had a great time with both of you.
Oh, and also, can I give you a copy of my book? I've just written a book.
Let's see the books. I want to ask you 3 things about the book so that people who might not think this is their kind of book, why it should be.
It's a proof copy book.
Diary of a Drag Queen. Crystal Rasmussen. So in it, how much of it is your innermost tortured soul and how much of it is written through humour?
It's all humour. There's a lot, and
humour.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of important things to talk about, but none of it's necessarily too heavy in theory. None of it, you know, I talk about, say, my pronoun like we did today.
Yeah.
But it's really funny. I talk about the time I told my parents about it. You know, they kept getting it wrong, and bless my mum, she kept saying, oh, you know, he uses a they pronoun now, and I was like, that defeats the point. So there's a lot of really funny things, there's a lot of to work out an identity.
Looking back, or did you keep a diary as well?
It's half and half, so it's a diary from that time, and there's a big romance in there with my current partner.
Thank God it's your current partner.
Thank God it's my current partner, obsessed. But I think that's quite universal because it's not necessarily about 2 male-bodied people who can't love each other because they're gay, which a lot of queer literature has.
Yeah.
What it's about is this. Just the fear that we all have, because they were my best friend. Then we got together.
Just that fear, whatever your gender.
Whatever your gender.
Fear that are you going to lose that precious person to gain something else?
Exactly.
Everyone goes through it.
Yeah. It's kind of. There's also like some filthy moments, but I think you'll like that.
But I'm going to show you what Crystal would love.
Okay.
Crystal would look a killer in Valentina lip.
I
mean, with your hair.
Obsessed.
Phenomenal.
That is beautiful.
That would just be. I mean, if we did, can we do a bit of Crystal?
Yeah, let's do it.
Even though Crystal has so much on now, let's just see this lip on Crystal.
Oh shit.
Okay. Because I think this is the lip Crystal should be wearing every day. Open up. I'm just doing it. I'm doing it on Tom's lip.
Right.
All right. Is that okay? I'm doing it on Crystal's lip, but Crystal's got a white thing that she likes to do underneath, which I'm not totally convinced by, but I appreciate. It's a drag queen moment.
Well, it's you know, you paint for the stage, you paint for the back, you know, the back row.
Oh, you're paying for the so all right. So let's paint for the back row. I'm gonna paint now for the back row.
Yes.
Oh yes, back row. You're gonna see a